Let's say you were going to take the EGR cooler off of your 6.7 power stroke. That's this bad boy right here in the background, right? You're going to take this off because you're going to take the front of it apart and you're going to pull the coil out of there. You're going to clean all that. You're going to get all the soot out of it because it's sooted up. You know, it's coming right off the exhaust. Let's say you're going to do all that. One of the things you have to do is, oh, and I'll have to walk over here and get it, because when this happened, of course, when it finally comes off, what you're going to want to do is, let me pick it up off the ground. Here's what you're going to want to do. This thing, this is the EGR pipe coming off the exhaust manifold, and when those little bolts snap off, and they're going to snap off because in Ford's infinite wisdom up until 2021 they were using a titanium bolt inside of a cast iron manifold. Then you're going to take this and you're going to boomerang it, sort of like what I did right there again. I just threw it away again because you're going to be like, oh crap, what am I going to do now? I've done broke those bolts off and they're buried down in there. And you know what? They're buried. I mean, you can see them pretty easily. You can get that socket wrench right on there and snap-ola. So let me give you a couple of things. You can at least save yourself some harm's way if you'll start the engine up, bring it up to operating temperature. I mean solid operating temperature, so it's nice and warm, and then try to back them out. If you try that, sometimes it'll let go. Maybe you only break one and not two. But let's say you tried that and it still felt like Hercules and tightened them. Yeah, boy. You're pushing, oh man, here we go. All of a sudden, bat! There goes one. You're like, oh crap. You get on the other one. You're pushing, bat! There goes that one. Now you know what you just did? You just lost it in your underwear, right? You just lost it. I mean, now you're like, oh crap. And so then you start looking on the internet for a solution for that. And when you come up with a solution for that, you're going to buy something called a ProMax kit. And a ProMax kit, I'm going to show you what they look like. A ProMax kit comes in a box, in a plastic box. It comes with all sorts of goodies, including drill bits and all sorts of things. I'm going to show you that, so I'm going to flip it around to show you. So here's your ProMax box that you get. And when you get it, it comes with a nice little cool thing, gives you a bunch of diagrams, gets you a little thing saying it's made in America, telling you, hey, don't spin up these drill bits too fast, you have some problems. Gives you this, a warranty card and all sorts of stuff. Heck, they even give you a cool little sticker you could probably put on there. So here's the thing. It also comes in these tubes. It comes with the drill bits you'll need, right? Then it comes with these inserts, and it has, of course, a thread tap in there, so that when you drill it all out, you put the thread tap in it, and once you tap it, then you're going to tighten these down with this little tool right here. You can see, and you can see there's one of those little inserts on there. I'm going to put it in there, and you get yourself some Loctite. So it tells you put some Loctite on this, and then screw that down in there. It's like the last step. Then you can take it apart. Now let me show you. The biggest part of this kit is what goes in this missing thing right here, and these things right here, and that is these guys. So what these are is guides. All right, you can see they're different size. And what it tells you is, start with a teeny guy, then this one, then that one, and then that's what you're going to use your tap in. But let me show you what those go in to give you a better idea. I haven't removed it yet, so I'm going to show you what it goes in. Right there, right? That's what it goes in, is that guy right here. Now, here's the deal. You put this on there, you tighten that bolt down, there's a plastic thing that holds it so this doesn't move. Then you screw those guides in there or in there. And if you break off one, you just do one, but if you don't, you do two. But anyhow, when you do this, when you put the guide in there, you're going to start with the small one. Let me tell you what's going to happen when you do the small one. It's going to bust. They give you 3 small ones. You're going to use all 3 of those small ones. And then you're going to be like, where the hell am I getting another one? Because you need 4 of them probably. Then, once you finally get that done, then guess what? You're going to use the next size, and it's eventually going to break. And then you're going to get to the big fat boy, and when you get to that big boy, it's not going to break anymore. And then, of course, you'll have your tap, which is what I just finished doing. So I just finished tapping it out. Now I'm ready to put my inserts in there. But if you notice something else I did too, and it takes a little bit longer, but I'm gonna tell you, it makes it way easier. If you take off this intake manifold, you can get to that a lot better. You'll be straight up and down on it. You don't have to worry about touching the manifold in any way with your drill and all kinds of bad stuff. Depending on the size of your drill, you might have to move it. But just go ahead and take the intake manifold off. It's not a giant problem, you know. And if you take your CCV filter out of the way, and you've got this cooler out of the way, it makes it lots easier. Now you can see how open this is above it, so I can get a drill or anything else I needed to in here. But here's the other thing. When you go to drill this out, and you're using their fancy little kit, pack your lunch, pal. Pack your lunch, because it's going to take a while. That little drill bit right here, this little guy, that little fella, I probably spent with all 3 drill bits at least 30 minutes. 30 minutes it took to drill this thing down into the studs. 30 minutes, and 3 of these things to get down there and get both of them out. Then you go up to the bigger one, which is this guy that broke right here. You go up to this guy. This didn't take that long. This took about 5 minutes a piece. Then the last one, it finally broke. It finally said, no, I'm pretty much done with things. And then you get the big boy out, which is on one of my drills somewhere. But you get the big boy out and you go at it. It takes about 5 minutes or so a hole to get them right. And you got to mark your drill bits too, so you go to the right depths. And it tells you in the instructions where to mark the drill bit at. But once you get that done, you know, then you want to by hand, and it tells you this, but when you're using this tap, you want to do that by hand. Hook yourself up a socket. Now it does not come with this. You're going to need that. That's a tap socket. You're going to definitely need to buy a set, good brand new set. Don't try to save money. Buy a brand new set. If your set has any problem at all, buy a brand new set, because you want it to go straight in, and you want to tap it straight down like it's supposed to, so that the bolt holes come out with threads in them. See, there's threads in those holes now. Now that's something I got to vacuum out, but see the threads in the holes right now? That's what you want to make sure you get down to. That brings me to another thing. The whole time you're doing all this, get yourself a vacuum cleaner, and whenever you have drilled it, after a bit, go in and vacuum out those holes. Get all the particulates out. Now there's going to be stuff all around it too, so vacuum the whole area back up. Every time you change bits and you take that collar out of there, that guide collar out, make sure you vacuum it all out around in there. Get all that debris out of there too. You don't want anything around in there that can accidentally get inside of that right there, or anything else, any of those right there, anything like that. So you want to make sure that you go in there, you take out your drill bit, your drill millings, you vacuum them all up real good. Every step, just vacuum, vacuum, vacuum. So make sure you do that. And then of course the last step is putting in those. And you want to make sure now that before you put in your threads, before you put those in, you want to take some brake cleaner and you want to spray all in them holes, and then vacuum it out or blow it out with some air again. So you want those completely clean and dry, so that when you put your Loctite in there, it'll hold. If you don't put the Loctite in there so it'll hold, they can break loose, it'll start leaking, you have a lot of exhaust sound, it'll just be bad. It'll just be bad. Let's just put, if you don't do that, it's bad. So remember, clean the threads down. So you want to take some brake cleaner, the good stuff, don't skimp on any of this, and you spray them down in those holes real good, blow it out, spray it down, blow it out, spray it down, blow it out. Now what I do is I spray it in there, then I vacuum it out, then I spray it in and I vacuum it out. The reason I do that is sometimes when you're spraying it down in there and you blow it out, then it blows out all over the place and gets back on you and stuff. But I really don't want to get brake cleaner all over the place, especially if it gets out and gets on your frame, gets on your paint job or something. It's bad news. So I just use a vacuum cleaner since I've got it there anyway. So I hope this helps somebody. Again, that's ProMax. They're about the only people that make the good quality kits. They're all over. Actually, you can buy them at Amazon, but ProMax is the one to really get, because it does have the machine quality drill bits, and it's called ProMax. And they have it on Amazon too, by the way. The ProMax, you can get them right on Amazon. You can get them right from their website. There's a QR code there. I'll leave it there for a couple of minutes if you want to try to scan that with your phone. There you go. And they're made in the USA. I like that too. So, and they have different kits for all kinds of things that you repair on the 6.7s. As you can see, injector service kit, everything. So give them a look at. That's how it works. Not sponsored by these folks or anything. I just found them, used them. It seems to work out. But the one thing they don't tell you in the instructions is pack a lunch, get yourself a milkshake, and get prepared to hold that drill for quite a long time with those little ones, because it takes a long time to get those little ones through there. Thanks for watching.